Welcome back to English is Easy. I'm your host, Connor. In today's video, we are going to be improving our English speaking and listening skills, plus learning some new vocabulary through natural conversation practice. Here's how it works. First, listen to the questions I've prepared. Then hear my response. I'll give you a demonstration of how a native speaker might reply to the questions. Finally, it will be your turn to talk. If you're ready to get started, click like on this video to support me as your YouTube English teacher and leave me a comment letting me know where you are watching this video from. Okay. Let's have a conversation. My first question for us to talk about, to discuss together today is, what is one goal you want to achieve this coming year? Yeah, thinking about the new year, what is something you want to achieve, something you want to accomplish, something you want to get done? If you don't know what to say, mention your goal. Talk about why it's important and how you plan to achieve it. Yeah, this how is really important. You can talk about the specific steps you are going to take to make your vision a reality, to make your goal happen. For an extra challenge, try to use this expression, set my sights on. If you set your sights on something, that means you focus on achieving it. For example, this year, I've set my sights on reaching English fluency. This will be my year. I'll go first to give you a demonstration of how to respond to this question. Here's my 1 minute. Here I go. For the new year, there is a goal that I have set my sights on, and this probably won't surprise you. Yeah, this probably won't be surprising to you, but that goal has to do with my YouTube channel. Yeah, that goal is related to my YouTube channel. My goal for this coming year is to reach 500,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I know that sounds like a lofty goal. What's a lofty goal? A lofty goal is a goal that is difficult to achieve. Yeah, this is going to be hard to do. But you guys are always showing me so much support with your likes and your comments, and some of you have even become channel members. I believe in myself and I believe in this channel, and I get support from you guys. So that is what I've set my sights on. Okay, that was my response. Now it's your turn. Tell me, what is one goal you want to achieve this coming year? And don't forget, in your response, try to use this expression, set my sights on. Set my sights on. Go ahead, push yourself all the way through that minute. Keep on talking, keep on going. Go for it. Question number 2 for us to discuss together today. If you could time travel to the beginning of this year, what advice would you give yourself? So basically, if you could go all the way back to January 1st of this year, all the way back 1 year ago, what advice would you give yourself knowing what you know now. Think about a challenge or a mistake and what you would have done differently. Yeah, is there something you wish you had done this year? Or maybe something you wish you hadn't done. A really great expression to use here is hindsight is 2020. In other words, it's easy to see what you should have done after it happens. Hindsight is 2020, but I'd tell myself to stop procrastinating and start exercising earlier in the year. Procrastinating means putting things off. Putting it off till later. You don't want to do it now, so you push it till tomorrow, and then it's the next day. You don't want to do it then, so you push it till the next day, so on and so forth. For example, Bitcoin hit $100,000 this year. I really should have invested in Bitcoin. But, hindsight's 2020. That means looking back at the way things happened, knowing what you know now, of course it's clear. It's easy to see what you should have done after it happens because now you know the result, right? As you guys can see, I have made some notes for myself. If I could time travel back to the beginning of this year, the first piece of advice I would give myself, the first thing I would tell myself is invest in Bitcoin. Put all your money into Bitcoin because that really exploded this year. Another piece of advice would be to start doing YouTube earlier. I started this channel months and months into the year. If I could go back, I would have started in January, even earlier, because that was a really great decision. The third thing I would tell myself is focus on your sleep. That's something I've discovered this year. Waking up at the same time every day feels really good. I wish I had started that earlier, but hindsight's 2020. What can you do? I would also tell myself to go to the gym more. I'm doing that more often now as well. That was my response. It's your turn to talk. So answer this question. If you could go back to the beginning of the year, what advice would you give yourself? And if you can, try to use hindsight is 2020. Go for it. Question number 3. I love this question. What motivates you to stick to your goals? Yeah, why don't you give up on your goals? What is driving you? What is keeping you moving towards your goals? What is motivating you? If you don't know what to talk about, share what keeps you motivated, whether it's a reward, some kind of prize, something you will get, something you will gain upon completing the goal. Maybe it's accountability. What does that mean? If you hold yourself accountable, that means you do not want to let yourself down, right? You want to keep your promise. You want to keep your word, right? If you say you're going to do something and then you do it, that feels good. That displays or shows accountability. But if you say you're going to do something and then you don't follow through, you don't end up doing it, well, that does not show accountability. That feels bad. You could also talk about a passion that is driving you to achieve your goals, to complete your goals, right? So you can try to use Keep my eyes on the prize. Fantastic expression. It just means to stay focused on a goal. For example, I keep my eyes on the prize by rewarding myself with small treats when I hit milestones. What's a milestone? The first example that comes to mind for me is YouTube, right? If you are a YouTuber, here you are. Maybe hitting your first 1,000 subscribers is a big milestone. The next milestone is 100,000 subscribers. And another big milestone after that is hitting 1 million subscribers. But there are lots of different ways to hit milestones with lots of different goals. There are, fitness milestones. There are work milestones, career milestones, these sorts of things. To be 100% transparent. That just means to be completely honest with you guys. What mostly motivates me to stick to my goals, to not give up on my goals, is financial freedom. Yeah, financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Financial freedom is having enough money, having the means to live the way you want to live. You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. So when I think about my YouTube channel and teaching English online, financial freedom is what really drives me, what really motivates me. I want to be my own boss. I want to make the kinds of videos that I want to make, and I want to work on my own time. So I got to keep my eyes on that prize of financial freedom. That was my response. Now it's your turn. Tell me, what motivates you to stick to your goals? And remember, try to use keep my eyes on the prize. Go for it. Question number 4. Do you make New Year's resolutions? Why or why not? First of all, what's a New Year's resolution? A New Year's resolution is a goal you have for the new year. For example, this year I want to lose 10 pounds. This year I want to read 100 books. This year I want to increase my salary. I want to travel to Europe. I want to etc., etc. These are all goals that you set for yourself for the new year. Some people make New Year's resolutions. Some people do not make New Year's resolutions. So you can explain your opinion on resolutions. Do you think they're a good thing, a bad thing? Are they helpful or unhelpful? And give examples of ones you've made or avoided. So yeah, why do you buy into this idea of resolutions? Or why don't you buy into this idea? Try to use a fresh start in your response. A fresh start is a new beginning or opportunity. For example, I love making New Year's resolutions. It feels like a fresh start to focus on improving myself. Yeah, improving myself. Self-improvement, we can also say. Now, speaking personally, speaking for myself, I do believe in New Year's resolutions. I think it's a great thing to do for yourself, right? I love the idea of a fresh start. Maybe, for example, The past year didn't go how you hoped it would go. Maybe you experienced some setbacks, some failures. Maybe you experienced a bit of frustration or discouragement, right? But there's always the new year to look forward to. And that's what I love. Even if you've had a bad year, you can always tell yourself, you know what? Let's pick ourselves up. Let's start over next year. Another year, another chance to do the things that I didn't quite get right this past year, right? So a fresh start can feel really encouraging. That was my response. Now it's your turn. Take that minute and tell me, do you make New Year's resolutions? Why or why not? Try to use a fresh start. Go for it. Question 5 here. What is the most exciting thing you are looking forward to this year? I love this question. Is there some big event, some big trip coming up in the next year that, when you think about it, you feel really excited? You can't wait to experience it? Share something you're excited about and explain why it's meaningful, why it's important to you, why it has value. You can try to use can't wait, in other words, to be very excited about something in your response. For example, I can't wait for my summer vacation. It'll be my first time I visit Italy, right? I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Without a doubt, without the shadow of a doubt, what I am most looking forward to next year is my wedding. I am technically married already. We are legally married. We've signed the paperwork. We've done all we need to do there. But next year, we are officially having our wedding. Yeah, me and my wife, we are officially having our wedding. So, man, my family will be there. Her family will be there. Everybody is going to finally meet each other. Everybody is going to mix and mingle and get to know each other. There will be food, dancing, music, and I just am so excited for everyone to have a chance to come together and just have a good time and celebrate together. That was my response. It's your turn. Tell me, what is the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to this coming year? And tell me what's so meaningful about it. Try to use can't wait in your response. Go for it. Question 6, kind of a technical question here. How do you keep track of your progress on goals? Yeah, how do you keep track of this progress? How do you measure progress? How do you know you are moving forwards, getting closer to completing a goal or achieving a goal? You can talk about tools or methods you use to monitor your achievements. What's monitor? That means keep an eye on them. Yeah, check in on your goals and measure your progress. How close are you getting to completing the goals? You can try to use check off to mark something as completed. I use a planner to check off each task as I complete it. It's so satisfying. So checking something off your list is doing this. For me personally, this is something that I don't do a great job of. Yeah, I'm not the best at keeping track of my goals, keeping track of my progress, moving towards achieving my goals. I'm not really good at this. I want to make this something I am good at, though. I want to make this more of a habit in the new year. Now, I do keep a journal. And I try to write in it every day. I don't usually write in it every day, though. It's probably just a couple of times a week. I will go in and, fill in the things I did that week, but I don't really check off my progress. I don't really do anything like that. However, I think that would be a very beneficial habit to take up. So I think I'll try that this coming year. It's your turn, guys. Your turn to talk. How do you keep track of your progress on goals? How do you measure your progress? Try to use check off somewhere in your response. Go for it. Question number 7, we are moving right along. I love this question. What is one thing you are proud of from last year? Mention an achievement, something big you achieved or got done. Talk about why it was important. And this part is great. Reflect on how it made you feel. Yeah, looking back on this achievement, or we could say thinking back on this achievement, what feelings does it stir up in you? What feelings does it bring out of you? Here's a really fantastic, very colloquial, spoken English native expression word to use here. Stoked. Yeah, stoked means extremely happy. I was stoked when I finally finished my first marathon last year. I was extremely happy. I was stoked. This past year, I certainly had a couple of achievements that make me feel very proud. And the first one that comes to mind is I quit nicotine. I finally quit smoking. When I was in my 20s, I would smoke cigarettes here and there, now and then. Not all the time, but it was enough to make me feel pretty unhealthy. But I not only would smoke cigarettes, I would also vape. And that's what I really got into later in my 20s. But this past year, I was able to completely quit. That makes me feel really, really good. Makes me feel proud. Yeah, I'm stoked to be done with smoking. Yeah, definitely. The other one was caffeine. I quit coffee. That's more recent, the last couple of months, but I have to say, I'm not quite as stoked on that one because I miss my coffee. I miss my lattes. That was my response. It's your turn to talk. Tell me, what is one thing you are proud of from the last year? Try to use stoked somewhere in your reply, your response. Go for it. Question 8. Do you prefer setting small goals or big goals? Yeah, share your preference. What do you prefer? Different folks, different strokes. People enjoy different things, right? So, what's your preference? Talk about why that's your preference. Most importantly, give examples. We always want to give examples. We don't want any dead air, right? You don't want to just say your opinion and then leave it at that. Keep pushing, keep talking, right? You can try to use start small in your response. To start small means to begin with something manageable. Fantastic word. Manageable. Something you can handle, something you can control, right? I like to start small with goals like exercising 10 minutes a day. It's easier to stick to. Another great expression to use here might be bite off more than you can chew. Yeah. What does that mean? If you bite off more than you can chew, that means you try to do too much. You take on too much responsibility, or you give yourself too lofty of a goal. It's too hard to accomplish this goal. So sometimes it's better to start small. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. I feel like my answer to this question is going to be different than most people's answer to this question. I feel like most people would reply to this question with they prefer small goals, setting small goals. Yeah, people like to take baby steps. Take baby steps. Go little by little, step by step, slowly, 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 until you have accomplished something substantial, something big. People like to start small with their goals, and of course, different folks, different strokes. There's nothing wrong with that. I support anyone who feels that way. For me personally, I actually like to set really big goals just because it feels fun to be a dreamer. It feels fun to dream big. And I feel that it's more adventurous that way. It feels a little more exciting to me. That was my response. Now it's your turn. Go ahead, tell me, do you prefer small goals or big goals? Tell me why. Give an example. Try to use start small if you can. Go ahead. we are almost at the end of today's speaking practice lesson. Take a look at number 9. How do you celebrate achieving a goal? Love this question. Talk about how you reward yourself when you reach a milestone. Do you hang out with your friends? Do you have a little party? Maybe you go out with your partner for a nice dinner. Maybe you buy yourself something, or maybe you just have a lazy, relaxing day off. Something like that. Try to use treat yourself. This is a very millennial expression. People my age love to treat themselves. It's part of American millennial culture to treat yourself, right? To give yourself something special as a reward. So, for example, whenever I achieve a big goal, I treat myself to a nice dinner or a relaxing spa day. You treat yourself. Do something nice for yourself. I am always a little bit bashful about celebrating my accomplishments. I'm always a little bit shy about it. It makes me feel a little weird, like I'm showing off, or I'm being a little bit too self-indulgent, right? But you know what? My wife will insist on celebrating, and I do love that about her. She's willing to do the things that I'm too shy to do sometimes. So if I do have an accomplishment, she really pumps me up. She makes me feel really good. She insists that I treat myself, and if I won't treat myself, she will treat me. So she will insist that we go out, for a nice dinner. We go do something fun to celebrate, maybe even have a little get together, a little party. She's really good about that. And as I mentioned in the last video, it's something I really love about her as a partner. Okay, that was my response. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and tell me, how do you celebrate upon achieving a goal, or when you achieve a goal? Try to use treat yourself. Go ahead. Final question for today, question 10. And guys, before we get into this question, like always, I want to very quickly ask you a favor. If you haven't done so yet, click like on this video. Leave me a comment if you like this video saying more like this, because that really helps my videos in the YouTube algorithm. It lets YouTube know that you guys like my video, and then YouTube will show it to new people and my channel can grow. So I really, really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. What is one habit you want to break or improve this year? Ooh, really good one. Talk about the habit. What habit is it? Probably a bad habit. Why you want to change it, and how you plan to do it. Do you have a game plan? Do you know how you are going to tackle this problem? Try to use turn over a new leaf. Yeah, great expression, means to make a fresh start by changing your behavior. Yeah, okay, so I want to turn over a new leaf and stop hitting snooze in the mornings. It's a tough habit to break, but I'm working on it. Okay. Their alarm goes off. They hit the snooze button. They sleep in. They want to stop doing that. They want to turn over a new leaf and improve their sleep habits. If you guys watched my Slang 101, English slang video a couple of months ago, then you know this word already. But that word is doom scroll. Doom scroll, it's a verb. And in English, if you doom scroll, then you go on social media. Maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's Instagram, right? Maybe it's Reddit, something like this. What do? You scroll, scroll, scroll endlessly, even though you're not getting any enjoyment out of the process of scrolling. You don't know what you're looking for. You don't know why you're looking, but you just keep going endlessly. That's called doom scrolling. And to be quite honest, I have a bad habit of doom scrolling all the time, especially at the end of the day when I'm laying in bed. So this is something that makes me want to turn over a new leaf and change my behavior. That was my response. Now it's your turn. Guys, this is your last chance to speak, to practice your speaking in today's video. Tell me, what is one habit you want to break or improve this year? Maybe even let me know down in the comments. Yeah, I'd like to connect with you guys and talk about this a little bit more. Try to use turn over a new leaf in your response. Go for it. As we move into this new year, I want to thank everybody who has supported me this year by watching my videos, clicking like, leaving a comment, sharing with friends, and I especially want to thank my channel members. The people who have clicked join here on YouTube or gone to patreon.com and become a member there. My members make my work possible. Without you guys, I would not be able to do any of this. So just wanted to say thank you so much to you guys. I'll have lots of new members only content for you soon and so much content for you next year. And guys, if you are interested in becoming a member, click join here on YouTube or go to my Patreon. It's only the price of a cup of coffee. You get PDFs for my videos, you get bonus videos, and you support me even more as your YouTube English teacher. If you are in the middle of a study session, keep going. I'll put another video up on the screen. Go click on it and I'll meet you there.